Hey, hello everybody. This is Francine Julene with the Believe Retreat. We are here every Tuesday at 4:30. The Believe Retreat is a space that we provide for women creatives who are looking to take a passion project to profit. And we talk about all kinds of topics, and today's topic is how to build resilience to overcome life's challenges. Because as creatives and business owners, we all need a bit more resilience. And our special guest today is Sara Im. Heidi.
Hey, Francine.
Hello, Heidi. How are you today?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Fantastic. I just can't get my
I
lighting
cannot.
right.
What's that?
I can't get my lighting right. So everybody forgive me as I just play with my lighting. We'll
That's
see what
okay. My background's
what
still a
kind of
little bit
cool looks
weird.
I can get.
But I'm so excited today. I cannot wait to introduce you guys to Sara. So let's bring her on. There she is. Hey,
Hi.
Sara.
Hi, Heidi.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
So, what we usually do at the beginning part of this episode is we want to slow down to speed up because the hustle culture is just not sustainable over time. And so, what we do as part of the episode is just take 2 minutes. And lately, we've been focusing on vision. I think in the future, I'm about to do a shift and start to do some other sensations. But today, we're still focused on vision. So, what I do is I pop a picture up on the screen. And for 2 minutes, we're just going to look really closely at it and see what little details we can notice, like difference in shadings or different like patterns, things like that. And the reason we do this is because it's a great way to interrupt the survival brain thought process and get us thinking a little bit more creatively once we've taken that 2-minute break. So when we do this at home or on our own, you probably will do it in your head, but because this is a live stream and we're trying to be a little bit more entertaining, after we take a couple breaths to get started, Francine and I are going to start talking about what we notice about the picture. So at any time in the 2 minutes, you feel like jumping in and telling us what you notice in the picture, you're more than welcome to join us, okay? Okay, so here is the picture today. This awesome seashell. And everybody just take a nice deep breath in. And then slowly breathe out. And as you take a nice deep breath in this time, start looking very closely at the picture.
Looks like there's little pearls up on all those ridges.
Oh, I didn't notice those at all. I was looking deep, dark into the ridges and the shadowing that's in there. Whoa. Talk about not noticing a detail. That's very noticeable now that you bring your attention to it.
And then it also resembles a spiral staircase.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh, now I'm getting lost in the center of the spiral. I was also looking at the really delicate shading that's on the big part of the shell. Like there's just a little bit of tan and there's like some squiggly lines, but they're not real easy to see at first.
In the center, it almost looks like an anchor, but that could be the Navy girl coming out of me.
Hey, our perspective does cause us to see things in a certain way, right?
That is true.
I just like how perfectly round it goes and goes to the outside. I just can't get over like how it even made that shape to begin with.
And something lived in here. What,
Now,
does each of these segments serve a purpose to its home?
and now we have some research projects to do, right? So that was it. That was the exercise. No judgment, just looking, just observing, just noticing. And I can't even remember what I was doing before this episode now. So let's get started. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Sarah, first question for you is I would like you to introduce yourself a little bit more for those that don't know you. Share a little bit more about your background.
Sure, I'm happy to. Well, my name is Sara Im. I currently live in Florida, in Tampa Bay area, but originally I grew up in Cambodia, and I lived through the wartime when the communist Khmer Rouge took over, and I lived through the killing fields and the term that you heard, the time when about 2 million people die within 4 years. So I am forever grateful that I was able to survive that and was able to uh, find my family again and was able to escape and finally arrive in United States and happily ever after.
Well, we're happy
Well,
you're here with us today.
and I think this establishes you as the right person to be talking to about resilience
Yes.
today. So, I have heard you talk about how beautiful Cambodia is. Can you share some of your experiences growing up and what was that like for you?
Of course, Cambodia is beautiful. It's tropical, and we have all kind of vegetation, all kind of fruit trees, and um, well, just the fruit tree alone, it made me homesick already. There's all kind of fruit, and exotic fruit, and delicious, and we have also plenty of animals, all kind of animals, oxen, cow, horses, tiger, lion, cat, dog, alligator. We have plenty of alligator too. Buffalo, elephant. We have a lot of animals. So
Sounds like my kind of place. You got fruit and animals, two of my favorites.
So, how old were you when you lived there?
I lived there up until 25.
So, what happened in 1975 and where were you at that time?
1975, I went to college. I was so far away from home went to college in the capital city. It's called Phnom Penh. And that year, the communist regime took over our country. They came in the military takeover. The military truck went into the capital city on the street, and it's very scary. And they shut down everything. As soon as they come in, there was nothing working. They turn off. It's like no more school, no more transportation, no more bus, no more airplane flying. Everything was completely shut down. And they start to kick people out from the home. They don't want people to live in the city anymore. So I was pushed out from my home just like everybody else. And finally, I got transported to a faraway place and finally end up in a forced labor camp.
That I can't even imagine. And I've heard you say this story before, but every time you talk through this part, it just I feel this like fear for something that I've never experienced before, or even had to think about before. So, reflecting on your journey, what would you say is the most challenging aspect for you at this point?
Everything was challenging, but the most challenging of all is that they force us to work so hard in the rice field, in the intense sun, and they give us so little food and not enough time to sleep, not enough, no time to rest, and it's very intense. So I end up getting sick, very sick, and also mentally, I miss my family. When they kick us out from the city, we have no way to reach out to our family to find out who everybody, what happened to all my family members. So just that alone is very challenging. Just imagine when everything happened to you and you don't know what happened to your family and you are all alone. That was the case. Yeah.
Wow.
How did you find the strength to keep going and move forward with all this going on?
How do I find the strength? I believe that my love for my family. I I want to go back home. I want to see them again. I want to survive so I can go home. And that alone, it keep me fighting for my life. And I have hope. Hope is just keep me moving forward without giving up hope. So um, the glimmer of hope that drive me every day, that keep me moving and motivated because I want to go back
So, how long were you captured? How long did you have to live this way?
4 years,
Whoa.
4 long years. Yeah, 4 long years in the dark without knowing what happened to your loved one. And my body got, I become very skinny. I lost all my weight, just skin and bone. I was 21 when thing happened, but I didn't look like 21. I looked like 95.
Mhm.
Uh,
So after you escaped and you got out of that situation, were you able to reunite with some of your family members at that time?
Yes, yes. After this regime was kicked out, I was, well, um, the whole country was liberated after 4 years. But I was not liberated with the whole country. I still in captivity for an extra 4 more months until I escaped. So I get a few of my good friends and we make a plan to escape out of the jungle. And we did it. We risked our life for it, but we realized the freedom is more important at that time. So we did it. And God was with us. He protected us.
And so, what inspired you to revisit this story and write this book? And what key lessons did you get out of this whole experience that you share with your readers?
Well, the experience that I gained from this is give me strength. I don't get bitter. I forgive. I forget whatever happened, so that my mind, my heart is clear. My heart is open to receive love, and I realize that is very important. We need to forgive. We need to get rid of the bitterness and the darkness from your heart in order for you to live a better life. And I credit my survival also to the love for my family, and to the hope, to the faith that I believe that one of these days I will be free. I don't know how, but I never give up hope. I have a little glimpse of light in front of me that keep me moving forward.
This reminds me of, I can't remember his first name, but Frankel. He was a Holocaust survivor. And he said it was thinking about his family and thinking about what's next that kept him going. And I think we could take this as a lesson for us as creatives and business people, that when you're stuck in the mud, so to speak, just remember your why. Why are you doing this? And what outcome do you want? And that will help you forgive the moment of, oh my God, what am I going to do next? It's not working. This tech is driving me crazy. Just remember your why.
Yes,
Yeah, it's a great
yes,
way to bring that together. And, I heard the main points of here are elements of what is going to make you more resilient: forgiveness, love for other people. So I guess I would also call that empathy.
mhm,
And then having hope and faith that even though you don't know the right answer right now, that's going to get you out, you're going to find it.
mhm. Yes, yes.
Awesome. So, talk to us a little more about why you give high value to resilience.
I truly believe that everybody need to build our own resiliency, because living in this on this earth, we will face challenge. We will have trouble. There's no way to avoid it. But if we are strong, we can overcome those challenges. That's why I want to help people keep building your resiliency. When you are strong, you don't fear for anything coming your way, because you know you can crush that. Being strong, being resilient is one way to protect your life and one way to know that life is moving forward. So, building resiliency is more like saving account. Every time you do something good, something positive for your life, you add deposit into your resiliency bank account. But if something happen, a bad thing happen, you have an accident, you have sickness, you lose the job, you lose in business, that's a big withdrawal. So in order to overcome the overdrawn, you have to keep building up, keep depositing. Deposit, you do any something good for your body, for your mind, for your family, for your loved one. Anything positive in your life will add to your resiliency bank account.
That is lovely. Thank you. So I just put two links in the chat. One is directly to the page with the book. This is a story you're going to want to read. It is so good. So get the book, get all the details. You just got like the high level version of the story, but it's very good. And then also, if you're interested in learning more about Sara, I just have the link to her website there. She is a public speaker as well. Although I think we were talking about this earlier, you're not traveling as far from home nowadays. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So thank you, Sara, for being with us. And in the top corner of the screen, in Sara's picture, there is a QR code that goes to our Believe Retreat community. In the community, every day we're having discussions like these where we're talking about struggles for creative women and ways that we can overcome them, either by getting ideas from other people in the community or collaborating together and helping each other.
Mhm.
And we're
So,
celebrating successes. It's not all about struggle. We want to know when you do something great so we could share your success with you.
Yes.
oh, yeah,
That tied it
I
together.
love that.
That tied it together into our topic for today, right?
Yes, yes. And Francine, tell us a little bit more about this event going on.
Yes, this Saturday in Wesley Chapel, we are celebrating International Women's Day at 33913 Florida 54 in Wesley Chapel. And that is my friend Tanya Lee's office. If you were here when Tanya was our guest, you might remember her. If not, go back on YouTube, find that episode, like it, and say hi, Tanya. Anyways, we are going to have 5 speakers talking about women's home ownership, healing bowl group meditation. We have a money manager coming and talking about empowering women to be financially fearless, and a breast cancer survivor, and bring the kids. This is going to be for the whole family because at 3 o'clock, Princess Francie is going to be doing an interactive play date with the kids. And I hear that Sparkle Feathers might just make an appearance. This is just going to be
What?
fun for all.
Sparkle Feathers is going to be there?
Sparkle
Seriously?
Feathers is going to be there.
Well, man, I got to figure out how to get down to Tampa. And Sara, you're right down there.
Yes, yes. Except that I committed to an event that I will get tied in that event most of the day.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a lot of events going on that day. A lot
Yes,
of
mhm.
events.
yes.
Well, next week on Tuesday, we have special guest Erica Humbert. She's a nurse practitioner And not only does she do that, but she is a super creative woman. We have done a 48 film festival competition together, and we've done some other videos together, and there's a bunch of other creative stuff she does too. So I am looking forward to having her with us next week.
It's going to be fun.
All right. So, are you ready to take this out, Francine?
Let's do it.
All right.
Oh.
So, if you can believe it, right? That's how it starts. We need Joanna.
I know. Well, you know what? We should really mention that Joanna is doing this big project at her job. So we will see Joanna again next week. But let's try to muddle through it. If you
All
can
right.
believe it, you can achieve it.
Oh.
No?
What about conceive it?
Conceive it. If you can conceive it, you can believe it, and you can achieve it.
Achieve it. Yes. She put that together so beautifully. And you would think that us repeating it over and over again, we would know it, but we don't know.
We got it last week. We got it last week. We just, you can't expect it 2 weeks in a row.
We're going to have to get better at Joanna's part. Yes. So from the
head to the heart
to the hands.
Yes. You can.
All right. Thanks, Sarah, for being here this